Welcome to today's gentle chair yoga practice. Find a sturdy chair, have a seat, and let's get started. These classes, as usual, focus on moving all the joints in the body to maintain mobility. And of course, gentle exercises to hopefully push just a little bit and increase your range of motion and flexibility. So here we go. Sit comfortably. Sit all the way back on the chair. Rest the backs of your shoulders on the back of the chair. Let the chair support you completely. Find a spot where your feet are comfortably on the floor. If you have short legs, you can go ahead and place a stool under your feet or a yoga block under each foot. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Take a breath. And with your exhalation, gently let your eyes close. Softly close. No crinkling or squeezing through the cheeks and the eyes. Eyes simply softly closed and softness in the face, in the jaw. No tension there. Let go of that. Part your teeth slightly to really relax the jaw and feel the throat and the back of the neck soften. Now let's continue with awareness through the body and releasing tension wherever possible. Even if you think you're completely relaxed sitting in your chair, let's see if we can go a little bit deeper and relax even more. So focus on your exhalation here. Really linger with the exhalation and think of sinking into the chair with every single breath out. With your exhalation, feel your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Feel your arms and hands get a little bit heavier as your shoulders soften. With your exhalation, feel the embrace from the rib cage as you squeeze and release all of your breath out. Sink into your hips. Feel the weight of your legs pressing into the chair, right at the backs of your thighs, where your thighs connect with the seat of the chair. Relaxing the calves. And letting the soles of your feet rest a little more heavily on the support below. Feel your inhalation now beginning to deepen. Bring all of your attention to your breath. Engage the belly with your breath. And by that I mean as you inhale, really expand through the belly. And with the exhalation, feel your belly pull in, belly button pulling in towards your spine. As you inhale, make your belly as big as you can. And as you exhale, really push all the breath out from the bottom of the belly all the way up. If it helps, take a deep inhalation in through your nose to expand the belly. Reach your breath all the way in. And with the exhalation, exhale through the mouth. Pull the belly button in. Feel the belly releasing from the very bottom of your lungs all the way back out. With your next breath in, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. Really roll them back and slide them down. Feel your shoulder blades connecting with the support of the back of the chair. and feel your heart lifting, coming a little bit forward. Now keep that. Keep the backs of the shoulders resting against the back of the chair. And slowly, just in your own time, bring your chin down towards your chest. Just enough to feel the stretch reaching from the base of the skull all the way down the back of the neck. Be careful not to clench the jaw. Keep the jaw soft. Let your head feel really heavy with your breath out, relaxing the shoulders at the same time. Then lift up, chin pulls away from the chest. At the same time, open your eyes. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Really try to articulate each finger and each toe. Now gently open and close the palms at the same time. As you make your fists, curl your toes really tight. And then as you open up the palms, open up the toes. Spread them as wide as you can, just like you're spreading your fingers as wide as you can. And then do the same thing again. Gentle fists and curl the toes. And then open wide with the fingers, palms of the hands. Spread the toes wide. Let's do that 2 more times. Just gently taking a moment to pause, really feel. And then opening, spreading wide. Again, pausing just for a moment to hold that wide open position. And last time, curl the toes, gentle fists, and spreading the fingers, spreading the toes. Rotate the wrists and ankles at the same time. Nothing too fast. Just really exploring the full range of motion, the full flexibility in the ankles and the wrists. And then go the other way. So as you rotate your wrist, you should feel it all the way up in the forearm to your elbow, maybe even into the shoulders a little bit. Same thing with the ankles. You should feel it all the way up your shins and into your calves. And then just shake your hands and just tap your toes. Nice loose feeling. And then relaxing. All right, alternating. Lengthening each leg to work into the knees. Forward and backward only. The knee goes forward and backwards. It's not like the wrist or the ankle or the hips or the shoulders that can do circles. Now relax the legs and do the same thing with the arms at the elbows, just bending forwards and backwards. Try not to hold your breath. Keep the breath flowing all the time. It's really important. You got to breathe. You have to breathe. Now working into the shoulders. Just reach one arm up and one arm down. Try to pull your hands past the hip, past the shoulder, just to work into the shoulder a little bit more. And then switch. Take your time. Feel your shoulder blades pressing into the back of the chair. Right? You're getting, as your arms move, you're feeling a little bit of movement in the vertebrae in the spine. That's good. All right, now rolling through the shoulders. If you bend the elbows, you'll actually get more movement into the shoulders and into the spine. You'll feel your upper shoulders round, the spine round, as you come forward. And as your elbows reach back, You'll feel your shoulder blades push into the support of the back of the chair and the spine arching. Right? Your spine's like a slinky. The vertebrae work together, moving in all kinds of directions. Mobility of the spine actually is a good guide, a good measure of your whole body mobility. All right, let's pause. Take a moment. Really pull the shoulders up towards your ears and then let them drop. Now let's coordinate that with the breath. As you inhale, pull your shoulders up towards your ears, and as you exhale, out through the mouth, let your shoulders drop. 3 more times. Use the support of the chair. Lean into the back of the chair. 2 more times to go. Feet flat on the floor. Pull your shoulders away from the back of the chair. Adding a little more movement into the spine, a little more length into the sides of the body, and range of motion into the shoulders. So inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, right hand comes down, left hand reaches over. Just reach your right hand down towards the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms wide. As you exhale, left hand reaches down towards the floor, right hand reaches over. Think about lengthening the right side as much as possible. Inhale, big breath, arms wide, lots of room for your breath here. Reach down to the floor, up to the ceiling, the corner. Inhale and exhale. Try not to collapse as you reach down. Stay supported. Start to engage through the abdominals, through the core, building strength at the same time as building length. One more time to each side. Don't hold your breath. It's tempting to hold your breath when you're straining and engaging. Keep the breath flowing. Feet, use those for support. Inhale, coming back to center, and exhale, just relaxing, sinking into the back of the chair. Scoot forward in your chair, getting ready to work into the hips now. So reach for your right knee, right thigh. You can reach your hands behind your thigh or just hold the front of your knee, your shin. And just work at moving your thigh bone, your femur in your hip socket. Just side to side at first. And now guide circles with your knee and your hands. Just going slowly. If you feel like you can go bigger, release one hand and go bigger. Takes a little more strength to do this. Now go the other way. Really rotate, full rotation, femur into the hip socket. And let's switch sides. So reaching for the left knee now, just holding, fully supported to start. Gentle movement from side to side, warming up the hip. Right? You've pulled your hip closer, you've pulled your knee closer towards your rib cage, your thigh close towards your rib cage. And now working side to side. Then slowly begin to explore. Doing the circles, just slowly. If you feel you can go bigger, you can go ahead and let go of one hand. Holding your left knee with your left hand will give you a bigger range of motion. and change direction. Feet flat on the floor, sitting at the front of your chair still. You're going to reach left foot forward. Just land on your heel. Right hand on your right knee for support. Inhale, sweep up with the left arm. Really lengthen through the whole left side of your body. And as you exhale, bow towards your left toes. Bring your left hand to your shin, your thigh, wherever it happens to fall. And just fold over. So I can feel my rib cage connecting with both of my thighs here. Now instead of looking down at the mat or down at the floor at your feet, look forward. Look beyond your toes on your left foot. Really lengthen through the spine. Careful not to crank the neck. You want to feel like your ears are still in line with your shoulders and your spine is long and flat. Press up. Keep left foot forward. Right hand now comes to the seat of the chair. Inhale again, sweeping left arm up, lengthening through the left side. As you exhale, turn to the right, place your left hand over your right thigh and just turn to look at the corner. Just a gentle 45-degree twist. Keep your hips forward. Rotate through the shoulders and rib cage. Pause here. Now keeping the shoulders in place, with your next breath out, just turn to look in the direction of your right shoulder. So rotating through the neck now, not deepening the twist through the rib cage and shoulders, just turning through the neck to complete a 90-degree turn, rotation of the vertebrae. Reconnect to your breath. Think again of that belly breath. As you inhale, belly expands. And as you exhale, belly button pulls in towards the spine and pushes the breath from the base of the lungs all the way up and out. With your next breath out, release the twist, come all the way back to center. Switching sides. Left foot flat on the floor, right leg straight out in front, balancing on your heels. If you spread your toes on your right foot, that'll keep the weight anchored on the back of your heel rather than letting your leg rotate. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Left hand on your thigh for support. As you take your breath in, maximize the length on the right side of the body. As you exhale, bow forward, bowing towards your right leg. Let your right hand land wherever it wants to land. Let your rib cage sink into both of your thighs. But resist the urge to drop your chin towards your chest. Keep your eyes forward. Keep the spine long so there's no rounding or collapsing through the shoulders or the collarbones. You're still broad across the shoulders. Breathe. And press up. Sitting tall. Left hand comes to the seat of the chair. Right leg is still straight out in front. Inhale. Again, maximize the length on the right side of the body. As you exhale, turn to the left this time. Right hand coming over top of your left thigh, rotating through the rib cage and shoulders just enough to look to the corner for a 45-degree turn. Breathe. Breathing into the belly. Making each breath as fresh and clean as you possibly can by releasing the previous breath completely to maximize your inhalation without having to deepen your breath. keeping the rib cage and shoulders at this angle towards the corner. Increasing the rotation of the vertebrae simply by adding a twist in the neck, the cervical spine. So take a breath, and as you exhale, think only of turning at the neck, pointing your chin towards the wall at the left, coming into a 90-degree turn. Then reconnecting with the belly for your inhalation and feeling the full and complete release with the exhalation. Take your time with your breath. When you exhale, release completely. Come all the way back to center. Let's come to standing. Yay! So turn the high side, the back of your chair, towards you. Feet hip distance apart. Standing close enough to the chair, you can use the back of the chair for balance, just to help hold you steady. All right, taking a moment here, just practice bending as far as you can at the toes, into the balls of the toes. Really get into the ball of the big toe, all the way, the full width of your foot, over to the ball of the baby toe. Really stretch through the soles of the feet here. Do the other side. All right, equal weight on both feet. Now resist the urge to look down at the chair. I want you to find something to focus on that's straight in front of you. Working on a little bit of strength and toning through the calves here. So just slowly lift both heels at the same time. Come up as high as you can. If you can, all the way up onto the balls of the big toes. Now coming down slowly. Coming down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now all the way back up again. So lift all the way up. Keep your eyes on your focal point in front of you. And then slowly coming down. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do that 2 more times. So if you find that you're cramping when you lift high, don't lift quite as high. All right, 2 more times. Lift up, all the way up. And now slowly down. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Lift up. And then slowly down. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, letting go of the chair this time. So find your focal point. Now hover your hands just over the chair, the back of the chair. So you can grab hold if you need to. Try not to grab hold, but just simply place your fingers on the chair. Actually, let's start there. Just place your fingers on the back of the chair. Now lift up. Lift up as high as you can. Focus on the focal point, your drishti. Now keep that. Stay high and just see if you can let go of the chair. If you're feeling brave, frame your focal point with your hands, the palms of your hands. So thumbs pointing up, palms of the hands turned in. Yikes, I'm collapsing. I lost my focal point. Gotta focus. Focus. Really push into the balls of the toes. Now bring your hands back to the back of the chair and bring yourself down. Do a little pump. Step your right foot back. Right foot steps back. Push down onto your right heel. And as your right heel pushes down, soften your left knee. Now keep that. Look down. Left knee pointing in the same direction as your left toes. Right heel pushing down. You can feel the stretch into your calf. Very important. Now lean into the chair. Let your elbows pop out to the sides and just lean into the chair. Hinging at the hip. Keep your shoulders square. Keep your hips square. Keep the right heel pressing into the floor. So as your shoulders come forward, you're going to feel the stretch in the back of the right calf deepening. So you control the intensity by how much you bend your elbows and lean into the chair. Don't hold your breath. Keep the breath flowing. And press up. Step your right foot forward. You got it. Left foot goes back this time. So left foot steps back. As the left heel pushes down, right knee softens. Right knee is pointing in the same direction as your toes. Keep that. Left heel pushes down. Keep that. And then slowly ease towards the back of the chair. Let your elbows pop out to the sides. Keep the shoulders broad. Shoulder blades pulling in towards the spine. As you sink into the chair, you feel the stretch deepening in the back of the left calf. Remember, if it's too intense, you press yourself back up. You breathe through the stretch, very important. And press up, and left foot steps forward. Okay, so full-on challenge here. Working into the calves, working into the balance. Feet hip distance apart. Now you choose whichever version we have done so far that you want to do now. I'm going to do the biggest challenge, which is beginning with your hands out front, framing your focal point. Yes, you got it. We're going to peel the heels off the floor, off the mat, coming onto the balls of the big toes to balance. This is going to be interesting. Now just lift your heels at the same time. You can hold on to the chair, have your fingers on the chair, have your hands hovering over the chair. You choose the level that's right for you. Start where you are and go from there. All right, here we go. Shift your weight forward. Feel the weight coming out of your heels. And now lift. Just slowly, slowly exploring as you rise up. And you become 5 inches taller than you were a moment ago. Really push into the balls of the big toes. Keep your eyes on your focal point. Relax through the shoulders and breathe. You've got to breathe through every challenge that's thrown at you. Oh, I lost it. Oh my goodness, I was doing so well. I'm going to try again. You try again too. Or try one that's harder. Try one that's easier. Let's see if we can hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly come down wherever you are. Oh, beautiful. All right. Let's step back. Back from the chair. Right hand on the chair. Left hand on your hip. Now bend at the knees. Bring the left heel forward. Rest on the back of your left heel. Spread your toes. Sink your weight into your right foot, right leg, and bow towards the chair. Getting another stretch, different stretch this time, down the back of the leg. Still stretching into the calf, but now also feeling it behind the knee. And lifting up. Switching. Left hand reaches for the chair. You feel your weight shift over to your left foot, left leg. Right foot in front. Bend your left knee. So you're landing on your right heel. Right hand on your hip. Left hand on the chair for support. Take a breath. And as you exhale, sink in. Toes spread wide on your right foot so that you can really rest on the back of your heel and keep the right leg strong, but at the same time getting a good stretch from your hip to your heel on the right side. Feeling the familiar alignment of your ears in line with your shoulders, so the spine is long. We've not rounded through the shoulders or collapsed through the collarbones. And press up. All right, bring your feet as wide as the chair. Inhale, sweep the arms straight out to the sides. Bring your arms all the way up. As you exhale, left hand comes to your thigh for support. Really plant your hand right below your hip joint. So the hip joint is right here. My hand is just below there. Take a breath. Lengthen through the right side. Exhale, lean over to the left. Use your hand, left hand on your hip, to really lengthen and open through the whole right side, but using the support of the left hand to keep the left side long. So you're not collapsing through the left side. There's a little bit of compression between the hip and the base of the rib cage, but lengthening here is the goal. Now challenge your balance a little bit by adjusting your gaze. Lift your eyes, look up at the ceiling, maybe even towards your right hand. Breathe. With your breath in and the swing of your right arm, bring yourself all the way back to center and release both hands. Pause for a moment. Taking a breath. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out. Big breath. Hands come up overhead. As you exhale, right hand comes to your thigh, planted just below your hip joint. As you exhale, reach over. Left hand reaching up to the ceiling. Your goal is not to reach to the wall at the right, but reach up. Lengthen. Lengthen through the left side. And maintain the length, maximum length in the right side. Use the support of your right arm, right hand to keep as much length as possible on the right side of the body. And so you're stretching your left side over top of this long right side. Now challenge your balance and lift your eyes. Breathe. With your breath in, swing of your left arm, bring yourself back to center, and release both arms. All right, let's come back to sitting. Sit at the front of your chair. Both legs out in front, a little bit of a bend in the back of your knees so you don't fall off your chair, but rest on the back of your heels. So spread your toes to keep the ankle strong. Keep the lower legs engaged here for support. Now sweep both arms out to the side. Big breath. Hands coming up overhead. And as you exhale, bow forward. Let your hands land wherever they land first. Take another breath here. Support. Use your hands and arms for support. Inhale. And as you exhale, now fold a little more deeply. Bending at the elbows, bringing your rib cage and belly towards your thighs. Pause, look straight between your feet, between your toes. A couple of breaths here. Now with your exhalation, tuck your chin towards your chest. Collapse through the collarbones and the backs of the shoulders. Really round through the spine now. Let your head feel heavy. See if you can get your chin all the way to connect to your sternum. Doesn't have to, it's just a goal. Keep your hands on your shins, your knees for support, wherever they happen to be. Just relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Pull your breath deep into the belly and exhale all the way out. Lift your chin away from your chest. Feel your ears coming into line with your shoulders once again. You can see right between your toes once again. Now use your hands. Push yourself up. Support yourself as you bring yourself all the way back up to sitting tall. Sit back in your chair. Lean all the way into the support of the back of the chair. Find the spot where your feet, soles of your feet are just resting really softly on the floor. And then pull your shoulders up towards your ears. Roll them back, slide them down. Feel yourself lean into the back of the chair. Just reinforce that sensation. That's what you want. Take a breath all the way into the belly. Feel the belly expand. And as you exhale, belly button pulls in towards the spine and just softly close your eyes. Relax around the eyes. Take all the tension out of the cheeks and the jaw. Parting your teeth just slightly to reinforce and remind yourself to relax through the jaw. You do not need to clench your teeth. And the throat softens. Shoulders get heavy. You can feel the weight of your hands resting on your thighs. Now, as your shoulders soften, try to stay tall. Use the support of the chair to your advantage here. Minimize the work that you need to do to stay tall by letting the chair support you. It'll feel like you're leaning back because you are. But the fronts of the shoulders, the collarbones will be really open here. So the breath is completely unrestricted. Now soften the hips and feel the backs of your thighs sinking into the seat of the chair. Leg muscles letting go. And the soles of the feet feeling really heavy on the support below. Really tune in to the movement of your belly with your breath. Start to play with the idea of making it as big as possible and then releasing the breath as completely as possible when you pull in. The bigger the belly is, the bigger the breath is. The softer you become physically, and the calmer you become mentally. That is the connection between mind, body, and breath. When the breath slows down, the mind slows down, the body slows down. The nervous system slows down. Take one more breath. Deep breath in through the nose, big belly, and exhale out through the mouth. Belly pulls all the way into the spine. Let go of control of your breath. Let your breath now be whatever it wants to be. Connect to how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally. Just noticing how you are, getting a general sense of your vitality and wellness. And release your hands. Bring some movement to your fingers and toes, your hands and feet, arms and legs. And then with feet on the floor, arms at your sides, take a big breath in. Really sweep your breath, arms sweeping out to the side and overhead. Hands coming together. Exhale, let your hands float down, palm pressing to palm. Pausing with hands right in front of heart center. Take a moment to be grateful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be loved. And may all beings be at peace. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.